live with you guys in English language. Normally I speak in Bahasa Malaysia, but tonight I've decided to create a movement that is called Wow Life. Now, Wow Life have got to do with nothing more than just making sure that your life is always a wow. Now, let's explain what's the meaning of wow life in the first place. And by the way, my name is Dr. Nordin Daros. I'm 72 years old and I'm still looking forward for tomorrow to come. Why? Because every day there's something to wow about. Okay, here you are. A lot of people are scared of getting old. How many of you are worried about getting old? Please be very, very frank with me. I mean, I used to be worried also, but now that I'm already 72, I understand why I was worried last time. And even now, I'm still concerned. The word is concerned. However, let me share with those of you who are really worried and tell me what are you worried about. Come on, let's share from most of you who are following me for the first time. In fact, you are the pioneer group. Congratulations. Even if 5 or 10 people here, I'm more than happy. I'm not looking for thousands of followers. I'm looking for lives that I can share with and change your wow moment. So tonight's topic is going to be how many wow moments you have. Now let's finish off with the question I gave you just now. How many of you are worried about what as you get slightly older? And I'm just trying to be polite that people say life start at 40. True. Spiritually, yes. But most people sometimes, like me, I started my life at 50. Later on, I'll explain to you. But tonight, I want to focus on your wow moment first. First, before we continue, what are you worried about? Come on. You're worried about sickness. Yes. You're worried about what else? Most people will say, I'm worried about being weak or being what I lost my independence. In other words, I'm dependent on my family. What else? Come on, what else? Yes. Okay, since there only a few just came in, and I can understand. I remember starting the Malay group with 1 over million follower now. I started with the same number like you guys now. Thank you very much, Eva, for joining. What else? Okay, most people would answer me by saying they are worried about sickness, they're worried about their normally related to illness and stress, and sometimes they are really, really worried about their memory, and their hearing loss. And some even say Parkinson, they're most worried, kidney failure, sometimes they have cancer, they're very worried as they get older. Okay. However, let me ask you one thing. Are you more worried about those things, or are you worried about having acne or what do you call wrinkle? Ladies, particularly. Any of you here worried about white hair? No, isn't it? Right? A lot of people are more worried about chronic diseases. You're right. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, some of you are very, very worried about more deeper stories, like they stop looking forward. Understand, they are no longer having hope in life. This, as a doctor, I've seen many diseases or patients who suffered as serious as cancer, and I myself went through cancer. You probably know about it, or if those of you new to me, I had cancer in 2001, lymphoma stage 3, and I recovered, thank God. And I had a relapse in 2011, but again, I managed to get through. But to cut the story short, I've seen more than enough patients and also me suffering, and also people who suffer as simple as diseases, as skin diseases, which is incurable, like psoriasis, lupus. All these things is still okay. And somebody said weight problem, trying to slim down. Yes. However, the most difficult disease that I found until today, and I still hope that some of you have this problem, please don't ever give up, because the word is what? The disease is called lost hope. Now, the moment you lose hope, That is the danger, because many diseases can also come along. And some people always think, oh, it's just a mental issue, it's psychological, but no. Most diseases starts from up here, the brain. And that's why we will be talking in the future a lot about the brain, how is it related to your body, and also even your beauty, all right? Because it all comes from inside. Now, let me tell you something about hope. Most people easily lose hope, also because our brain are made up or wired thousands of years ago during our ancestors' day, where they have to go and what they call search for food, and they have to go and find or even catch animals, right? They have to go and actually bring back food. And at night, they have to take care of their family from all the wild animal also. And all the time, the brain is in a state of alert. And because of that, the brain has evolved, has to always be on the standby. And sometimes this has come to a level where a lot of people are now easily anxious and easily like sometimes they become depressed also, and they are sometimes not sure when they wake up in the morning why they feel heavy at the same time. Now all these issues sometimes make you become very difficult to even accept one criticism. Sometimes when somebody comment about you, just by one critics, sometimes people have given you 10 compliment, but you always want to go back to that one criticism about you, or somebody complain about you, and you always remember that rather than the other 10 compliment, right? Why? Like I said just now, the brain is very negative bias. So tonight I want to share with you, in order for you to go back and redevelop your brain, I want to share the science of wow moment. I repeat, wow moment. Okay, how many of you understand the meaning of wow moment? Can you give me an example of wow moment? Okay, come on. Somebody, and you know the meaning of wow moment? Okay, how many of you can tell me, yes, being healthy is a wow moment? Okay, but be more specific. Like, for instance, you remember your wedding day, or you remember the first time you met your boyfriend or your husband to be. Do you remember that? Or you met your wife to be, okay? No? You can't remember that? Or how many of you remember the first day your baby was born? How many of you remember your grandchild say, grandpa, call you grandpa? Do you remember those days, Or how many of you first saw the sakura flowers falling down? If you have been to Japan, for instance, all right? So many of these things are actually a wow moment. Of course, during the schooling days, you got some accolade from the headmasters or teachers, and the whole school, give you a big hand because you brought back a good name to the school. That would be a wow moment too. Now, those are big wow moments in life. They must be. I'm sure you have, right? Do you? Can you remember some? Think for a while, because if you don't have at all, that's a bit strange. And it doesn't have to be like striking a lottery, a big deal, No, it's just a small, sometimes like you help somebody, and that somebody say thank you with a big smile. That can also be a wow moment, right? And the secret in us having more years in our life, okay, is not because the number of years left. It's more important how many more wow moments that you can create. I use the word create, because one moment doesn't come from the sky. It doesn't drop just like that and suddenly you feel wow. No, there's no such thing. Okay, please. But it can be as simple as watching the sunrise. It can be as simple as hearing the bird chirping or watch the birds fly. But you have to be what? You have to be aware. Most of us have a lot of wow moment right in front of us, but It's too small or it's too routine. Like I told you, it's not sunrise or sunset for those of you who are watching the the western side. I happen to live facing the eastern side, so I love to see sunrise in the morning. All right, behind the mosque, for instance, here, right in front, or rather at the back of the mosque. If you watch in the morning, it's so beautiful. That to me is a wow moment. Okay, and how many of you can just listen to the laughter of your kids and you feel nice? That is wow moment. So actually, if you learn a new skill, for instance, you learn something new, that's also a wow moment. And if there's time when you really feel very peaceful and nobody disturb you and you feel very nice, you're within yourself, with yourself, and you are alone and feel nice, that's also a wow moment. So actually, this is what aging is all about. It's not the number of birthdays you have left. A lot of people say, "Oh, I only have probably another 15 birthdays to celebrate." Don't count from now on. So as far as I'm concerned with you guys, I want you to just keep searching, or rather create wow life. Don't believe in me? Tomorrow take RM5 or $5. Just go to a very not sometimes have to be very poor person. If you pass through a guard house, you notice these guards are usually coming from foreign countries and they just have enough to eat, blah blah blah. Therefore, what you do is you just give the RM5, or you buy some fruits for them, and say, please, this for you. Watch their face smile. Watch their saying thank you to you. That is a wow. Not that you do it so intentionally to ask them to say thank you, but it's automatic. This wow life is the one done by a lot of researchers nowadays. Scientists have confirmed will make you become healthy. I repeat, the more wow moments you have, that will be the number of not years have that you have left, but the number of wow moment that you will create from now on. I repeat, it's not the number of years that you have left. That's why even though I'm 72 years old, I've decided to give back to the world if possible. Now I start with you first, and let's go to the world and give the best that we can. Every knowledge that we receive, we will share, and hopefully we'll get so-called the unseen smile. That alone is a wow feeling. So I feel wow now because I can share with you. And I start off with wow moment. Later on in the future, I'll be talking about health and wellness, not health and fitness alone. Because some people can look very healthy, but they're not energetic at all. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about financial implication to health. I repeat, finance is important for health. I will talk to you about love and relationship. All these points like peace of mind, giving back, and how to enjoy now will be among the few topics that I will discuss over and over again, twice a week, every Wednesday and every Saturday night. If you wait for me at 9:30, I'll give you about 15-20 minutes, and I'll say goodbye after that with something to be done. I'm not interested in you just listening, because that is too easy or that's too common. Why not you take a paper now, or later on you take your handphone or even a notebook. From now on, open right on top, wow life. Put your name up there, it's okay. And put a date, because every day I want you to search for or create, I repeat, search for or create at least 3 wow moments. It doesn't have to be big, like I say. Even if when you are aware that you can take your bath nicely and you come out from your bathroom feeling so fresh, that is a wow moment. If you can pray with full of peace of mind and you feel that you completed your prayer of at least 95%, what they call very focused, that is wow moment. And if somebody nice, or rather your old friend, call you or text you and say, how are you doing? You know, long time no hear, for instance. You say, wow, your feeling is, that's fantastic, you know. And a lot of people may just forego all this thing as just normal routine life, but actually it's no. So can you do that tonight? Three thing before you go to sleep. Start off with today alone. How many wow life you have today? How many wow moment you have today? Are you having any? If you don't feel down, don't feel sad, or don't feel you are left out. No, I'm here to help you to create and also to find your wow moment. All right, and I've given you enough example. I hope as simple as having dinner with your family is a wow. You forgive someone. Remember, forgiving someone, letting go is also a wow moment. Feel good. That is just nice. And if you can help somebody, if you can just offer some form of help, it doesn't have to be monetary. It can be just giving this kind of knowledge to them too. Is a wow moment. And when they say thank you and they practice it, more important is they change their lives because of you. You have the wow moment. So okay, don't forget to smile all the time and making sure you share with your friend now. Slowly, let's gather the momentum. We have all the time to have the wow moment. And before that, you promise yourself to create plenty of wow years to come. Bye. Thank you very much. Bye.